How's it going, everybody? This is Cameron White with White Light Astrology, giving you guys your new moon in Sagittarius horoscope for Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. So this new moon, yeah, it's a big deal for you, but it's also going to be really good for some other things. So it's not really like you've had so much going on with Scorpio, with Venus retrograde and Mercury and Jupiter. So like this is definitely a lot less than what you guys have been through. But this new moon is happening late December 6th, going into December 7th. It is going to be at 15 degrees Sag, and it is going to be in your second house. Second house is all about money, resources, how you make your money, what do you have, what do you own and possess, what do you find that's value, how do you express value, and what's valuable about you. I'm not saying you don't have any value, but like second house is kind of like where you can kind of find that. Anyway, as we have this new moons are all about resetting intentions and clearing out energy and really settling into things. And as Jupiter's also in Sag in your second house, where, you know, Jupiter wants to, honestly, Jupiter and Sagittarius in your second house wants to give you money. Jupiter wants to bring more value into your life. Jupiter wants to give you money. Jupiter wants you to have more value and express that value and believe in those type of things. And this new moon is really kind of clearing out the energy and the beliefs that you've had around money for the past, little while. And it's wanting you to reset that energy to be able to bring more of that Jupiter energy in, bring more of that positivity, more of that growth, more of that expansion, more of that abundance. So this new moon is going to help you guys get really clear about where you sit with your finances and with your money and everything like that. The other thing that's going on with this new moon, though, which this is where it gets a little bit more in depth, is it's squaring Mars. On this same day, Mars is going to conjunct Neptune in your fifth house. And the fifth house is all about your creativity, art, music, romance, passion, sex, children. It's all the fun things that you really like. And with Neptune being right here where it's not really the biggest deal in the world, but that whole area of your life is a very spiritual yet confusing back and forth thing. As Mars has been in Pisces and it hits Neptune, I think this is when what you really want is going to become very clear and it's going to become very black and white. You've been kind of searching and dabbling around in the mud for a little bit. As Mars hits Neptune, it's kind of like you find that stick in the mud you've been looking for. And you get that clarity of what you want to create, what you want to pursue, where you're kind of going with things. And it is going to be squaring the sun, this new moon in Sagittarius, where maybe at the moment you don't have the finances for the things that you do want to create. However, it really comes back down to you're not going to get the money for what it is you want to create until you realize what it is you want to create and you're clear about it. Clarity. So as Mars hits Neptune, you get very clear, black and white, what you want, what's bothering you, what you need to let go of, and what you really want to start striving for. As it squares this new moon, it's going to be kind of like, all right, this is what you want to do. You've got to really reset your intentions on what you have, what you're worth, the money that you have, and X, Y, and Z. But the other big thing that's happening with this new moon is that Mercury is going to go direct in Scorpio in your first house. So as Mercury's been retrograde in Sagittarius in your second house, like money and things like that, you're like, I don't know, like it could be anywhere, it could be everywhere. It's a little bit confusing at the moment. Mercury going back into Scorpio, going direct, it's going to be like, now you have a clear version of who you are. It's kind of like, okay, now I'm really on top of my game. I know who I am. I know the truth that I'm speaking. I'm very clear about what it is that I want and what I'm direct about. And so I do think that Mercury going direct in your first house is going to give you the clarity of self that you guys need, especially because Jupiter's been through there, Venus has been through there. Like the whole idea of you has just been like mind blown. As Mercury goes direct in Scorpio, where you're much more clear about how you are, what you think, what you speak, and being more open with that, this new moon is kind of like, all right, this is the time to really look at what you have and what you want to bring in. And Mars hitting Neptune in your fifth house is like, how do you want to create that? What are you going to create in order to bring in more of that money, more of that value, and more of those physical things into your second house? So this new moon is kind of like, touching a lot of areas in your chart, but I think it is just going to be exactly what you need to kind of get the ball rolling again as you guys start to move forward without having Jupiter there and, Venus now direct, and she'll eventually get out of Scorpio. But yeah, you guys know what I mean. So yeah, again, this new moon is going to be really about money for you guys, and time to reset that energy with making more money, bringing in more value into your life, and believing that you can actually obtain that and have that. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, and sharing, and subscribing, and I'll be seeing you for the next lunation.